Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Wow, the day after the winter solstice. Welcome. It's only gonna get brighter from here on out. Pretty awesome stuff. Cheers, everyone. Hope you guys have like a little, I don't know, cup of something, warm, cozy, a little spicy if you're, it's the holidays if you're rolling that way. But cheers. Happy Sunday, everybody. Today, I'm working on a little bit of something coming down the line. Santa's workshop is closed for the year. Got all the fun little holiday things all made and finished. If you guys are building stuff for your loved ones, good on you. It's the best thing to do. Best type of gift is a handmade gift. Working on a base for a propositioning piece of work. This would end up being a very, very large sculpture. It's got a whole story behind it. I could talk about it if you want me to, but this is the base for it. So, just working on that. Come hang out with me. Keep me some company. Where's my screwdriver at? Uh-oh. We're missing someone. There it is. There we go. Okay. Hop on in here, guys. Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, Jesse. Good morning in New Zealand. Good morning to you. Rage. What's up? Max, I received my ornaments yesterday. They're beautiful. Oh, Rage, that makes me so happy, partner. Super stoked that you got something from my own hands. Pretty darn cool. Oh, man. 3 in a row. Look, Bradley, look at you, partner. Yes, hello. Oh, Yvonne. Love the flow lines already. Oh, yeah. So Yvonne. So for those of you who don't know, I just wrapped things up with the patrons at tea time. It was a hooting and hollering good time. When your face hurts from smiling too much? That's what I got going on right now. But Yvonne, so when you talk to me about my snowflake creation, if those of you that don't know, on the Discord, we have like a creative, I don't want to even call it a challenge because I feel like challenge is kind of a negative connotation. Maybe just like inspiration, right? Make something out. And this last month for December was a snowflake. And we were talking about geometry, and some people hate geometry. Some people love it. The rules and guidelines. Well, these are for all these little pinpoints, and all these little intersection nexuses are for where I'm going to be placing lighting up at this thing. And I could just have done a grid, but why not just make it cool? Grids are neat and all. No hate about grids, right? For all you grids out there. No, but I was like, if I'm going to do a layout, I might as well do something that like more aligns with my sensibilities. So I did a little bit of just compass work just to get my layout. But actually, I'm going to work on the back of this thing. And I know what you're thinking. What is some filthy tree carcasses doing in a blacksmith shop? I'm answering myself the same question. Smells different. I don't know. It warps. It's weird. Like wood, I don't know. Apex, I know you're watching this, thinking like, what is he even doing? I know, but wood is just a nice way to just kind of like knock something together, But here we go. So I'm about to install a Lazy Susan on the bottom of this thing. So it's a roundabout project. And I'm not talking about like I'm going to get to it eventually. I'm talking like a literal roundabout. There'll be this big sculpture at the center of it. And I want to create the sense of movement that you would be experiencing it as you're working around this giant sculpture. We're talking like 30 feet freaking tall at the maximum. So it'll be pretty a big piece of work. So yeah, installing this little Lazy Susan. Also, what did Susan ever do to, retrieve such a harsh judgment? Calling her that lazy. I mean, goodness, she must have did something bad. Poor Susan. Just getting a bad rap. Let's see here. I'm just going to get center because center is very important when it comes to this little this little model. And I'm just using my little compass here to kind of push it center. Now it's good center now. Oh, but I already did my little layout. Never mind. I forgot I did layout. I got my little hole sets here. But let's just get it lined up and then make darn sure we're good and square. Because, you know, if I'm going to be presenting, you know, a piece of work, you better believe I'm going to try and make it really nice. You know, it's because I'm showing like, what is this? Happy Holidays Mythic. How stinking dare you? How dare you with your kindness, bud? Oh, you're always too generous, partner. Gow. I'll promise. I'll go pick your rose here in a minute. You're too sweet to me. But yeah, I'm just gonna set this lazy Susan. Still don't know what Susan ever did. My goodness, poor dear. You know, it probably happened around the holidays, right? Family gets together and good old Susan forgot the kringle or some darn thing. You know, I don't know. But I hope you're all having a great day. You know, last night was the solstice. I hope you, you know, maybe approach it with a little bit of intention. You know, it's always a great time to set some intentions. But we also have the new year approaching. That's also another great time to do so. But I hope you're all just having a really good day. And man. Oh, and when we're talking about the patron or the Patreon, you know, with the patrons, kind of a tongue twister if you ask me. Casey Appreciation Mythic. You quit that right now, man. All right. We should be centered. But yeah, like, what was I even talking about? Mythic, you're messing me up, partner. Yeah. Thank you. I hope you got yourself something to sip on. Cheers, my friend. But yeah, intentions. We were talking about intentions. Yeah, it's a good practice to have. All right, let's see if we got this thing relatively centered. You know, we're not running a lathe on this darn thing, but, you know, it helps to be intentional about that. Oh, we're looking pretty good, babe. For wood, you know, that is. Indonesia, is that where you're watching this from? How incredible is that? Welcome from all around the world. How cool is that? That's one of the coolest parts about, oh, we were talking about Patreon. You can gift memberships. So if you got a loved one that enjoys my work and stuff, man, we get to have tea together every Sunday and all that. Like they get a lot of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Or especially if they want to learn how to blacksmith. I have an apprenticeship program. I don't know if you know that. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I like it. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. This is my first piece. I wanted to test out the finish that I'm gonna put on this thing. A little nice gray wood, because I don't want to be too distracting from this cute little scale sculpture, right? This thing could very well be 30 some odd feet tall. You know, all stainless steel hollow fabrication would be crazy. This is just one forged out of one piece of material. And right now what I'm gonna do is I need to cut in the little receiver. Oh, what is this? Rage, you sweetheart. Tell us a gift you're excited to give on Christmas. Oh man, honestly, my time. I'm excited to spend time with those that I love. You know, time is sometimes the greatest gift you can give. You know, time is really important. So it's a funny little thing, but this like off-center little element is the connection piece for that little scale sculpture. So I'm gonna cut that in right now. Could be a little bit sharper. So let's grab our whetstone. I know that's gross. I know what you're thinking. Max, that's disgusting. You just spit on it. You know what? It's the best. It has the right viscosity. Ooh, how would you create something that big? I love it, but mind blown. Yvonne, that's a really good question. Because, as you know, I have quite a rink-a-dink little workshop. Not quite the space for some massive monstrosity like we're talking about here. Well, what I ended up doing is I did a little bit, of kind of like wheeling and dealing. I had a meeting with another really big shop that has like half a dozen giant bridge cranes, each rated 10 tons, and huge, huge shop. Welders, laser machines, millions in equipment. And I approached them about limitations, my limitations. And you know what? If you knew something about me, you know I'm not one for limitations. So I approached them humbly about maybe coming on it more as like a designer, and then I could like coach the guys as we use their facility to build it. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Ooh, gosh, she's sharp, baby. We're gonna see where that might end up. So I would love to build something that absolutely massive and grand. You know, how neat would that be? You got to put a jingle bell on Copper Dog or antlers. He'd be cute. Rage, you have never been more right. Copper Dog, come here, dude. He's got to be around here somewhere. But as he comes, I might have something perfect for him. Hang out right there. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try not to fall off my chair. Copper, oh, there he is. Copper, come here. Let's see here. There it is. Come here, buddy. Oh, Copper, come here, bud. You know what's funny? Okay. It's like, oh my God, no, don't look at it. He wants to sniff it. There it is. It's like, it's not big enough. He's too close. Whatever. But you meant that you're right, buddy. That's too good. Yeah, it's Mr. Copper Dog. But what's weird is instead of the Grinch and the dog being Max, I'm Max. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it's like in the Grinch. I'm trying to remember if it was like this or if it was like this, just that the single antler that's on there. Oh, have I ever considered a dog costume for him? Oh, you bet. Sometimes he's a lobster in a pot and I'm like the chef. Sometimes he's a real spooky little spider and all his little legs are as he's running around. He's so cute, isn't he? He's the best. And look, Mythic with the super cool custom emojis. It's awesome. Awesome. Good boy, Copper Dog. He's the best. Every shop needs a good old trusty shop dog. You know what I mean? Okay. What was I doing? Where am I? Who am I? What was I up to? Hail from Brazil. Cheers. Happy holidays. Happy Yule. Merry Christmas. Happy solstice. Awesome. Okay. Lost my train of thought there for a second. Isn't he cute? He's just the best. I freaking love him so stinking much. All right. I'm just going to do a little bit of, and I'm only going in about a 1/4 inch, which is nice because I mean, that ain't nothing, you know. And luckily we're good and sharp, so it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to get on in there, you know. As long as the dog doesn't eat everything it sees. This is true. Now I keep him under restraint. Like Friday, I was at a barbecue, and of course, there's ribs, and I'm looking at everyone just like, "Don't you dare! Don't you stinking dare!" You know what I mean? As cute as he is, because he's a beggar. He's a pro beggar. He stands up on his butt, on his back legs, and does this. He like a meerkat. No one can resist the cuteness, but I tell him to. You know, you got to resist, even though he's that sweet. And he knows it too. He knows how cute he is. Like golden retrievers, yeah. He gets whatever he can get a hold of, man. He's always on the hunt, always prowling for something to snack on. But luckily, he doesn't because, I try to keep him good and kind of sport mode all the time, because I don't want him to get too heavy and hurt his back, jumping around when he's not supposed to, you know what I mean? But yeah, all I'm doing is just, scoring the grain. Look at me working on wood. Gross. Caramel dog. Oh. It's funny. Do you guys remember that redwood and forged iron chair and table set I did a while back? This is kind of like bringing me back because there was a whole bunch of Mukunagane inlays. Did a whole bunch of inlays in that thing, and this is kind of like reminding me of that whole stinking experience. I wish I was going with the grain on this. I didn't think about layout when I marked this down. I just kind of put it there, But hey, I'm not a wood guy for a reason. I like steel. I like consistency. It's also hard to work up on the anvil. I need this like in my lap. But if I'm down here, oh, you know what? This works. Yeah. This is okay with all of you. Now I can actually put some weight into it, But how's your guys' holidays going so far? I hope you're all having a good time. Fresh cut cedar smells amazing, though. This is true. This is absolutely true. My brother, he's the carpenter, and he built a cedar closet. Whew, man, very fragrant, beautiful stuff. You prefer Tennessee cedar? Oh, we got a connoisseur. Oh, Max, season 7. Ooh, Dragon Prince came out. Have you seen it yet, Kiki? I have not. Not quite yet, but I look forward to it. Maybe after Christmas, the madness of the season, Christmas and all that, I'll give it a gander. I feel like I can get a little bit sharper yet. It doesn't give me that glide. You know the glide I'm looking for. Where's my burr at? Yeah, I hope you guys' holiday season is going on without a hitch because this is the time for family. And boy, howdy, family can get complex. Do you ever collaborate with my brother? I have, definitely in the past. It's been a long time since we have. Both of us are very opinionated on how certain things are supposed to be done. So, with that said, I don't think I need to say any more, you know what I mean? Family. That's why we're such proponents for chosen family, you know what I mean? Oh, and don't get me wrong, freaking love the guy. He's the best. I was hanging out with him Thursday. Freaking love that guy. Huge, deep respect for the dude. And his family, my little niece and nephew, oh, God. They're just, what a cool family he's put together. I'm proud of him. Very, very proud. Y'all are both stubborn in a good way. Yeah, I like that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna, because I got my buffing wheels over there that I'll just put on my apron. So I need to polish that burr off. I used to, for a local floral shop, I used to sharpen all their shears and scissors. That was fun. It's an interesting dilemma because it can always be sharper, and it's a fun thing to get obsessed with. Ooh, she's sharp. All right, let's see how that goes. But still, not a carpenter. Make sure I don't have any whetstone residue on my fingers. Oh, oh yeah. But yeah, I hope the holiday's going good for you, all of you. Are you any of you traveling? Making tomahawk steak Christmas Eve. Ooh, you you got a talent for this, my man. That's fun. There's nothing makes you feel more like in tune with your, let's just say, more prehistoric side than holding that bone, just getting that marrow out. You know what I mean? Got to be stubborn to fail 1,000 times and succeed. 100% Rage. And that goes for all crafts, art forms, all that good stuff. You know? It's funny, we were talking about that during tea time. Just the amount of like perseverance it requires to create. Creating is hard freaking work, man. And it is just it is so stinking easy to just give up. You know, the entire time I feel like a material, a trade, whatever is trying to make you quit. But wow, it take some perseverance to venture forth and, you know, persevere. Got to make you some one of these days? Oh man, I'd be honored. That'd be like one of those meals that you fast for in preparation. Like you come as like a ravenous dog, you know. Oh yeah, she's gliding now. Sorry for being a little bit focused this morning, guys, or this afternoon, to be more accurate. Yeah, a little focused. I don't want to mess it up. Been working on a diamond painting since the first. Whoa, Kiki. That sounds incredible. Delicious. I wonder if I can work up here. Hello, welcome. We're just all hanging out in the workshop, creating stuff. I'm actually kind of curious how far I actually want to go down because the way this is going to work. Oh, you know what I messed up? I can figure it out. So I'm making this like little receiver for that, right? That's keeping this like little model sculpture together. And I'm thinking 1/4 inch. And now this was a very tough, see how that'll work? Like you'll be able to kind of see what it would feel like to drive around it, right? Because you're not gonna be able to see it too bright out, but I got these funny little lights. Okay, so check these cool little things out. They're little lights, right? Boop. And the reason I have this kind of cool geometric layout, and there's different colors, and I'll have a bunch of them shining up at this thing to kind of simulate what it'll look like with like nice uplighting spotlights and floodlights. That's why I have the geometric layout, is so that I can place them in kind of a cool arrangement. Yeah, it's always a good thing to ask yourself, well, is it cool? You know? It's for Christmas. I'm determined to finish it. You know, sometimes a deadline really helps when it comes to creating stuff. Ooh, what is Rage saying? It's always nice to be able to see the members, and I could just really like pick them out instantly. What do you think about the saying efficiency is clever laziness? Oh man, that's a funny, I love that. Efficiency is clever laziness. I love that. That's funny. It was funny. So long ago, I was having a conversation with a fellow smith, and he said, man, blacksmiths are the laziest people you'll ever meet. And I will hear my temper goes, And I was like, what the hell did you just say? And he goes like, no, hear me out. It's all about how do I forge this in as little heat possible, as efficiently as possible, and with as less energy as possible, right? I need to, set my hammer down to rest my arm so that I can do this for another 6 hours, right? Once he said that, I, then of course, gracefully took my hands from around his neck. Just teasing. But yeah, clever laziness is a great way to do that. That's a great saying. I love that. Wow, you James Bond? Far from him. But I mean, he's a cool character. It's pretty neat. Ooh, will the sculpture also move? Great question. I actually hope to have mobile works around it, the massive structure, because this thing is going to be probably about 20 to 30 feet tall, right? So you got like a tiny dude standing down here, little dude, and then around that kind of garden area and landscaping, I'm hoping to present ideas of kinetic sculptures. And that'll be really cool because movement is awesome. Maybe Susan was clever. Rage. Dude. That was great. That was great. We need to have a standing ovation for that joke. That was good. Oh my God. And for a little bit of reference, referencing like, the lazy Susan on the bottom. Well freaking done, buddy. That was beautiful. Well done. Man, I really wish I was carving down the grain because this thing would just whisper through rather than cross grain. But we live and we learn. Next time I'll do it differently. But we're scooting right along. I'm just making sure I got my perimeter nice and carved in, you know what I mean? And all I'm doing is just kind of pressing and pulling, pressing and pulling. Really considering opening a butcher shop. You absolutely should. You clearly have a passion for at least the cuts, Longhorn made of steel. Ooh, thought of having a head of a longhorn. That would be rad. That would be super rad. If you know what I mean. I mean, of course, dude. That'd be freaking gnarly. Hope you find success in that presentation. You know what? I really appreciate that. I hope I find success too. Communicating art and possibility is a tough thing. It is a very tough challenge to try and shepherd somebody's imagination into the ether with you. To take my hand and whisk them away to your own personal Neverland. It's tough. If you ever find yourself doing that, it's not an easy thing to do. Yeah. So when you guys figure it out, let me know. You know what I mean? Honestly, over these years, I've got it down to a fairly reasonable science. And you know what it is? It's something I say all the darn time. Passion is contagious. It really is. They see you having a good old time in your own personal Narnia. It's like, well, where's my ticket? I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? Actually, there's a lot of things are contagious. Negativity is one of those things that's also very contagious. Have you ever been around kind of one of those Eeyore types? We've all been there. No judgment. You know what I mean? But, it's like, oh man, you're bringing me down. It's that. So, being conscious of what you're bringing to the table is really important. Joy is just such a wonderful thing to be able to share. So, and I'm really grateful because it kind of comes a little on the natural end for me, because I just get real wound up. But to be able to share that with others is a real treat because you get to see it. You get to see it. It's almost like right, think Castaway. And he's over there with his stick, right? Oh, there's a perfect analog. He's over there with the stick trying to get a spark going. And then at last, you see the spark in their eyes ignite. And then they can see it, right? You see them see it for the first time. And all of a sudden they're in it. And they're looking around and, when you're describing the inspiration and you're describing what is possible, they start seeing it with you. And you gave them their own little passport to your own imagination. It's magical. It is one of my favorite things, and it is something you can very well get addicted to. So whatever that looks like for you, go for it. I hope you go for that. Passion's very contagious because people want to be a part of it. Especially in this day and age. I feel like there's less and less reward. Where people are reward based in their brains. It's hard to find reward in art and passion and stuff like that these days. So, I don't know, whatever it looks like for you, I hope you kind of go for it because, baby, it's worth it. It's good stuff. Okay, we got to be getting close because I want to get this thing in there. And you know what I'm going to do next? Before I stain this thing, is you see all these fun geometric ley lines? I'm going to burn them in. I'm going to burn them in, and then I'll drill those in so that all of these cute little lights. What color is this? Boring white. There's cool colors, I promise. Yeah! Okay. I mean, it's probably way too stinking bright. But right, the green, it's got a spotlight to it, and I'll have everything angled towards the center so that when when I go to present this thing, they'll be able to spin it and see what they can have, and everything will trace with it, right? Because because they need to experience a small degree of what it'll actually be like in real life, because it's a lot to ask It's a lot to ask somebody to use their imagination. It's a lot. They've clicked. That's an amazing feeling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Always chasing that. Justin, 100%. Keep chasing it. You'll find it from time to time. And it's definitely not a constant thing. Like it is like hunger, We're working our way. We're making our way nice and slow. I feel like with wood, it's good to kind of take your time. That's why I don't like that stuff. I really hold you to just being groovy with the stuff. I like to be a little bit more bombastic. Oh, but the ginkgo gate is coming along great. I've had to put that one aside for a little bit. Hi, Stefan. Pleasure to have you here. Right now, we're just doing some dorky little woodworking. Dorky because I'm not a woodworker. Yeah, I'm just trying to get that little socket so it sits in there so that it's kind of like invisible. Because for me, it's all about getting people to believe in magic again. You know what I mean? Like watching, especially adults in their golden years, right? They've seen a lot of life, whole lot of experiences they've lived, experienced. Especially if they were if they saw stuff like Woodstock and all these really magical moments in life and in history, to get them to see splendor, it's the best. That's what I'm addicted to. That's what I'm always chasing. I've told this story a lot, and I hope this isn't review for you guys, but I found that with the Hobbit door. I was invited to one of their parties. The rolling Hobbit door, that big 10,000-pound monstrosity, that kaleidoscopes as it rolls. I was over there, getting myself another cocktail or something like that, and I kept hearing those gears chiming off in the distance. What the hell? Is it broken? Is like, did it roll over somebody? Oh my gosh. So I'm over here like thinking the worst possible thing, right? So I go to investigate. And there was a whole bunch of people and I didn't introduce myself as like, oh yeah, I built this thing. I'm just hanging out. And there was this older couple that was just for like 5 minutes straight, just opening it, closing it. And they were having a full-blown experience, the two of them. Husband and wife. It was beautiful. Sharing in their like childlike joy. And I snuck up and was like, hey, what's this? Trying to be anonymous about it. Because I was really excited for them to explain it to me. And they were just like, they were showing, like taking me through their own personal process. Like, okay, so these gears turn that are connected to this handle. And when you unlock it, you turn this rock. But somehow that then transfers across this rolling door and it creates that energy. And they were explaining it to me and it was just like the best because I was looking at kids. These are people in their 70s that have seen a whole lot of life. They've seen a lot of stuff, they watched the internet, they watched, oh my God, like so much. Sorry, I'm gonna get on a tangent, a lot. And for them to be taken aback, just filled my heart full of joy. Because it's a gift, I feel like we're at our best when we're in moments of just like awe. So trying to chase that is like my personal addiction. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see how we're fitting. I love being out in nature. Mystic, absolutely. Mythic, sorry. Mystic. Oh. Do you plan on making long video style on anything? Absolutely. Similar to the Iron Oak video. Rage, I'm so glad you asked that question. Yes. That is a nice, simple answer. Abso-stinkin-lutely. Well, because, TikTok is likely getting banned. Crazy, I know. But I'm excited to start telling long stories. I feel like all of us have suffered a little bit from doom scrolling. I feel like my attention span has already been bad my entire life. You sit me down in a classroom, you'll watch me take off like a rocket. And, I feel like as wonderful as TikTok has been, it hasn't helped my attention span at all. And I want to start doing longer videos again to help kind of combat that a little bit. Do my part in trying to bring people back to settling in a little bit, All right, we're hitting something, I don't know what. Aha. Okay. I think we're plenty deep, but we just got to get a little bit on this edge here, which is real easy. Our chisel's nice and still spooky sharp. Where have I been? Just working my buns off. But I'm going to try and be a lot less scarce this year. Focusing a little bit more on here, on YouTube itself. And just trying to be a little bit more efficient with my time. Because, boy, am I good at wasting it. Yeah, look forward to a lot more content. I got a lot coming your way, guys. Curious how far that took us. Because I want it to be, I don't want to overshoot too much on our dimensions. I want to just sit in there nice and perfectly, I say perfectly like it's possible. I mean, it's got to be there. And if it has to squeeze in there, even better. You know what I mean? I need like a little. No. I want to hit with a hammer, but I got to resist. Because if I can get a little bit of threads, not quite, I can let the threads pull it into place. I don't know what's holding me up. I think just the actual diameter of the hole that all thread is poking through is very, very narrow, which is good because I want this thing to be nice and stable when it's cinched down. Because imagine me here presenting this, 30-foot tall giant stainless steel sculpture of their logo, and it's over here wiggling and unstable. If I can't make this nice and stable, how are they supposed to trust me to make something gargantuan, elephantesimal, right? So I'm taking this very serious to make sure it's nice and buttoned up. You know what I might do though? If I have a piece of wood. There we go. Here we go. Lazy Susan might get a little bit of a knocking, but let's gotta stick that right there. You know what I mean? A little situation like that. Let's just see what happens. And at least it'll mark where I need to open it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's like a little marking tool. Boy, she's tight. Here we go. Ah, see? We learned a little something. Just gotta open this up just a little bit more. It's gonna come down the drain like this. Yeah, you gotta have to be a lot more patient with wood. And I'm not much of a patient guy. It's funny also because I make things like, because I work with steel, everything is to spec. Like if there needs to be a 1/4 inch opening, by God, that's going to be a 1/4 inch and give or take an atom. You know what I mean? When it comes to wood, I mean, it's just kind of like, you know. Treat yourself to a decent chisel. I mean, it's definitely nothing to write home about. I think I found this at like a swap meet or something. It's good and sharp, but I'm just farting around. It's narrow, so I can get into this like little trough. I'm just kind of taking my time and hanging out with you guys, really. But yeah, I'm just really kind of just enjoying the process, you know. I feel like we kind of need those when we're craftsmen and stuff like that, or artists, you know, and enjoy the process a little bit, or find something that you do enjoy the process of. It makes the rest of it kind of worth it. All right, let's give that another test fit. Actually, I know this will fit pretty well. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my little wood burning unit ready to go, and I'm gonna burn in this layout. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Let this heat up. Put that in my pritchel hole. Look at that. Got a little built-in sheath. Okay. Let's hang out. What do we got? Did you ever finish the door with the crazy locking system? Brian, I'm so glad you asked that question. No. To put it simply, no, not yet. And it drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy. Because the client got themselves into like a little bit of a bind. So they had to kind of put the red lights on like the window, the crazy locking geared mechanism. Like this mechanism is gonna be like 20 by 20. 5 foot, each one of those gears would be 5 feet diameters. Isn't that insane? The voladors, Rage, you know it. I'm dying to get back to them. I really am. We'll see whatever happens with the client. Things happen. You know, it's nobody's fault. It is what it is. And but I tell you what, I'm itching to finish that up because I still got everything from bearing axles to pitch degrees. I have it still all completely memorized, and it's driving me crazy. It's like having too many tabs open on your laptop, you know? It's no bueno. Oh yeah, it's about ready to rock. That didn't take long at all. But is it hot enough to burn into this wood? Not quite just yet. It's enough to burn Max, but not the wood. But yeah, I would really love to get that up and going again. And it's for them, right? Like the for the client's place. So it's not like I normally I would like, I don't know if it was like a public space or something, I'd like crowd fund or put my own money towards it or whatever, because I just want it to be done. Excuse me, I just want it to be done. But I can't, I just can't do that. We're close. We're not quite there yet. You absolutely love that door, Brian. I couldn't be happier to hear that. That makes me really, really proud. I love that. Thank you. But I'll tell you what, though, I'm nowhere close to finished. You know, when it comes to my career, I live and breathe for portals. There will be another, even cooler portal out there one day. Brian, thank you. I mean, that means the world to me. I appreciate that, Brian. Seriously. Let's try and burn this in. Oh, we're about there. Just maybe just have to go kind of slow right now. Oh yeah, we're burning. Yeah, it's just kind of like a funny little soldering iron unit. When you're going over grains, it takes a while. But when you go over the softwood, pooh, man, we are screaming. Got the Gen 1 coming through. Sounds good. Did you guys hear the turbo winding up? All right, I'm gonna burn in our nexus points first so that as I'm, oh, touch myself. As I'm coming through, I'm not worried about erasing where the layout goes. You know what I mean? Forward thinking. It's one good thing that like all trade, no matter what it is, kind of teaches you is good ethics to kind of move forward, you know, like you're not, you know, being thoughtful, you know, clever laziness and all that. I'm Mr. Copper Dog. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Come here, dude. Come here, Copper. Let me see if we can't get him up here too. Come here, good dog. Oh, here's that real good dog. Here, you know what? Let's come over here. Yeah, and he can claim this spot over here. He was gonna be my co-host. Let me just do some chord management here. There we go. There he is. Say hi. Say hi to the people. There he is. Such a good dog. Every shop needs a dog, Mr. Copper Dog. That is genuine Copper Dog. Oh yeah, we're cooking now, baby. It's Copper Dog, yeah. Grace, hi. It's so good to have you. Tea Time misses you. But I've been seeing the wonderful works you've been creating. You should be very proud. I know the rest of us are. We're, Grace, I know you didn't ask, but we are starting a new Minecraft world. The studio Minecraft, you remember it. I remember your lovely treehouse. We're gonna start it up maybe this weekend, where we could all get together. But you can hop in whenever, obviously. But very excited. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a big old Minecrafter. It's such a great way to express creativity and run experiments while you're resting. because we always say here, rest is hard work. And it's very important, especially to somebody that is, utilizing their creativity on like a daily stinking basis. Rest is very important, isn't it, Mr. Copper Dog? Does that wood smell good, bud? He's over there. I see his little schnoz wiggling. Oh, yeah, this is looking sweet. What you working on, Paul? I'm so glad you asked, partner. I'm working on a model base for an upcoming piece. This is a very small model of what could very well be a 15-foot, 25-foot, 30-foot sculpture. Oh, I got it backwards. Here we go. There it is. I had it right the first time. Ding dong. There we go. But I'm working on the nexus points to where I can simulate upward lighting and stuff. There's a logo that could very well be, something, a huge construct of hollow fabrication stainless steel. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And I thought I'd just work on it with you guys and hang out. Have a little cup of tea. Oh yeah, here's one of like the concepts. Some baling wire, some paper, and some hot glue, Gotta start somewhere. Okay, where the hell was I? Here we go. It's so cool, Grace. Well, I'm so glad you like it. It's their logo, but recreated in 3 dimensions, right? And stretched and pulled, and almost like a bowstring. So it's kind of fun. It'll be a monster to build. That was actually a very difficult forging. A lot of compound bends, and if I were to build that in real life, whew, man. Do you ever present work or something like that, and you almost are dreading for them to say yes, build it? Because there's often times where I'm like, anything's possible, sure, I can build that. And then once they give you the green light, you're like, how the hell am I going to build that, But I've learned a lot doing that, It's a good thing. It's good to challenge yourself. Damn. Did the wrong thing, but that's okay. Ooh, this is very peaceful work. I hear the birds chirping, hanging out in one of my favorite places. It does not get any better. I hope you guys all had a good winter solstice. And like I said previously, it only gets lighter from here, The days are only going to get longer. It's only going to get, nice and toasty, warmer. It's beautiful. It's a very exciting thing to be excited about. Max, where am I located? Brian says. I'm in Paso Robles, California. Love it here. Yeah, even in one piece, every shop needs a dog. You bet. Where are the holes for? Holy moly, asks. It's great. So as this big, as the sculpture is placed, I want there to be a layout. So like where I could put holes at an angle, all pointing at center, at pretty much here, where my fist is, so that I can simulate the uplighting on site, where they can see the dynamics of color, all that good stuff, right? Because I have these funny little lights. Here's one. These cute little lights that or spotlights, right? You can't see it because it's bright as all hell out here. That I can drop into these holes that I drill, and they'll be kind of flush enough to get them out, right? Don't want to lose them in there, and they'll be shining up at this sculpture, so that everything stays locked in, and you're not just trying to like guess. I want to leave very little guesswork out of this, and then as they turn it, they can experience what it would be like to be moving around this roundabout. And you want as little as possible left to the imagination. I'm in Boston. Oh man, I'd love to visit one day. Here we go. I'm doing Nexus points. That's what I was up to. Appreciate and thank you. Always. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me, keeping me company in the workshop. There we go. I'm out in Oklahoma. Very cool. In the panhandle. There's something about that word, panhandle. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Manual ancient tech. There's something about just working with your hands. I highly suggest it, even if it's not your career, whatever. Get out there and work with your hands. It's like kind of communing with your own nature. It's good. It's good for you. I mean, this isn't too ancient. It's funny. I used to make like leather cuffs, and I'd burn in just similar to this with like just a piece of like welding rod. I broke the flux off as a kid, sharpen it up, and I would just have like a little fire going, and I'd just poke a couple in at a time. So I always had a red hot thing, and then switch them out. And that was definitely ancient tech. And man, like you could do some cool designs just with a hot poker, just like this really. But this one stays hot. Could be hotter though. I want to see color on the end of this thing. But yeah, having this Lazy Susan is making this pretty freaking slick. But like I said, not too sure what Susan did to get such a bad reputation. Poor dear. Man, when you hit these grains, it's way tougher to dig in. So it's like a lot of start, stop. Hello from Russia. Welcome. Grounding. Absolutely. Very, very grounding. It's a great word for that. I feel like it kind of like uncomplicates things a little bit. In the same vein of grounding, right? Just kind of uncomplicates stuff a little bit. Things make a little bit more sense. Is boy, our world is pretty darn complicated. I don't think anybody would disagree with me on that one. So having something that's you know nice and simple and it makes good sense, it's great. Tighten this guy down a little bit. I'm pressing a little hard. I'm bending my little doodad here, and can't have that. And also, sorry for my radio silence. I'm over here concentrating. Not quite doing the squint with the tongue out, but I'm just trying to focus. I want to do this right. Your workshop is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. I like to do everything kind of just with hand tools and stuff like that, even if I'm building some monumentous construct. But like we kind of said, it's grounding that way. It's also harder. I enjoy I enjoy it being tough. Like if it's easy, I feel like I didn't challenge myself. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I feel like I've cheated myself if it was too easy. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. I have a super cool desk. Ooh, your father made out of oak wood. Oh, what a treasure that is. We fractal wood burning. Oh, that's awesome. Rage, that's cool. You'd love it. It's beautiful. Would you mind, so I have a whole Discord channel. Would you mind posting a picture of that? I think we would all benefit from seeing such a cool thing. Oh, you need the link for it? If Casey's still here, they'll probably share the link for the Discord. And if you just find yourself on Discord, Max Randolph Studios, you'll find us. We got a pretty fun community there. It's splendid. My brother distracted me. Oh, I got you. There she is. Awesome. Thanks, Casey. My brother distracted me while diamond painting. The nerve on this kid. He made me put it in the wrong spots. Hey, that's what they're for. That's what brothers are for. Oh, good old biscuits. Yeah. There you go. There's the Discord. Feel free to join all of you. And there's a bunch of kind of hidden channels for the patrons if you want those. You can become a patron today. You can even gift it. It's pretty cool. They make it real nice and easy for you. Oh no. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello. Welcome from California. Glad you're here. Just taking my sweet time, hanging out with my friends. It's great. Yeah, happy winter solstice, everybody. I know it just passed us by, but for me, I think it's still it's solstice enough. We're close enough. Everything's still fairly aligned and quickening. Does that mean that the quickening is currently happening? We got a Canadian. Awesome. Got a few Canadians in the Patreon. It's good people. Starting to get brighter day by day. That's what I'm talking about. It's good. There can be only one, Paul. I am so glad you got me. I knew it'd be you. Had a feeling. Thank you. I would be like, I'd like to think we're decent folk. Absolutely. Abso-stinking-lutely. Very, very decent. I don't know if you watch Trailer Park Boys, but decent. Hi, Jessica. Also in California. just getting into wood burning, and I'm so happy to be here. My gosh, I'm happy to have you here. Like, this isn't some piece of art or anything like that. I'm just making a model and just adding a little bit of design to the base of it. Definitely nothing to write home about, but super happy to have you. Are you doing like portraits or artwork with the wood burning? I'm curious. What am I making? Just pretty much the base, the rotating base for a model sculpture that would probably be in the ballpark of 30 feet tall, right? So this will act as all of these nexus points will be holes where I can stick all these different little lighting elements to pretty much mimic what the lighting on site would look like. You know, because their logo, which is what you see here, kind of like that. That's their logo, right? And it's kind of like mimicking, because there's colors, right? There's like green on the inside of here, there's like blue and then like purple and all these different colors. So I'll be able to kind of like recreate that, and it'll be interactive. So they can be like, ooh, what if we put lighting here? Giving them a little toy to play with never hurt, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm doing on this gorgeous freaking day. It's very therapeutic because you kind of have to go slow, you know? There's something good about that, like actually having to like be forced to slow down a little bit. Do you guys have any, oh, I've been doodling, to be honest. Oh yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's the fun part, is learning stuff, you know? Good on you, Jessica. Which kind of wood burning are you using? Oh, this is like a little cheapo plaid from like Michael's. I think it was maybe like 20 bucks maybe. It was perfect. Had a couple different tips on it. It's working. I mean, I would definitely love it for it to be hotter. I can move a lot faster, but as I was kind of saying, is it's kind of nice to be forced to slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? We live in a fast world, guys. Slow it down as much as possible. How long have I been doing this? Well, this, not long at all. You know, like I'm not, this is not my trade. But the blacksmithing, oh, it's been over 20 years now. You know, I love it. I live and breathe the stuff. I dream in it. It's funny, I'll wake my wife up hammering in my sleep. You're about to stick your tongue out. Deep concentration. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. But yeah, very focused, very trance-like. But it feels good, you know, just to kind of trance in a little bit. Just working with our hands and getting focused on something minute. It's just, I think, very just close to our humanity, you know? Think about it, right? Mending a net, weaving a basket, chipping an arrowhead, grinding corn, whatever it was, that's something we would do. Hunting. There's a lot of downtime when it comes to hunting. Just being focused, being very in tune with your surroundings. So, like doing something with your hands, something that takes some time, is intrinsically tied to your humanity. So I highly suggest it. You know, scrolling on our phones is very new for us. So it's nice to just kind of, yeah, metal man, 100%. Yeah, just get your concentration going, do some art, make something, whittle, you know, anything. It's good for you. But here I go getting all philosophical. I used to do that whenever I took 8 freaking years. Oh, you took art for 8 freaking years. Yeah, it's good stuff. But also, it's good to take breaks. If you're doing it a lot, you can easily burn out. So trust your intuition. But it's cool, like if any of you are ever curious about joining my Patreon, these are the themes. These are the themes that we talk about, like especially over tea time. We talk about really distant, very philosophical ideas that we all experience from people all around the world. It's the coolest darn thing. It's a good practice to recognize what we're doing. Even from watercolor to doing tile mosaics, any type of art form. It's good to recognize what is actually taking place. It's good stuff. But yeah, I hope you check it out. I hope you join us over tea time. We have a great little conversation over Zoom. I get to talk to all of you. It's a lot of fun. Jessica, isn't it great? I freaking love that thing. It's kind of dwarven. Taking breaks, yes, grace. Taking breaks is so important. I like to say rest is hard work. I need to make it a t-shirt so I can and maybe it's backwards. So when you're looking in a mirror, oh yeah, write bold letters across the chest so we can remind ourselves. You know what I mean? Rest is tough. Especially in our day and age where we're always going. You know what I mean? The dwarven artifact, yes, the lexicon. I'm down for that. Hell yeah, Kiki. You're my favorite YouTuber. No, get out of here. You're my favorite YouTuber and blacksmith only because you actually respond. Oh, of course, I'm here for you guys, man. This community means the world to me. It's awesome. And no matter how big we get, it ain't going anywhere, These connections are really important to me. I like to take a break from the thing and try something new. Jessica, 100%. That's why I have a lot of unfinished stuff around. Totally. Changing it up. So I have the terrible habit of just beating something to death until it's done, until it's right. And, it's sometimes not the most efficient thing because you think the most efficient thing is to just grind it out and get it done before you move on from something else. That's sometimes not the case, and I'm starting to learn that. After creating for literally my entire life, I'm starting to learn. It's always a process, right? It's always a learning curve. But it's sometimes way more efficient to stop it and do something else that you have passion for, because it'll be ripping quick on that. And then when you return with a brighter sense of passion about it, it'll go quick. It'll be less grueling, You should host a meet and greet type of event for all of us. Oh, maybe at a brewery. But I don't want you guys to have to travel. That's expensive stuff. I would love to meet you guys, of course. Maybe one of these days, damn right, I'll do a convention or some darn thing, But this suits us just fine, But I would love to, of course, meet all of you in real life. It's the neatest thing to meet fans. It really, it's so touching. Because who the hell am I? I'm just some goonie with an anvil, you know? Hi, Copper. You want to come back up? Come here. Copper's coming back over to say hi. Come here, dude. Oh, there he is. That is a genuine copper dog. Here, let's give you guys a little bit better of a. There it is. There he goes. Copper, what do you think? What do you think about creativity, huh? You like it? Such a good stinking boy. Every shop needs a genuine copper dog. He needs a bath. You need to get all dolled up for Christmas, dude. Three coppers in one video. We are truly blessed. Bradley, I know. Like even better yet, is the cat around? I don't see her. She's been hanging out in front of this little bush over here. I think she's scoping some poor little creature out over there. But if she showed up, I mean, that would be a true blessed day. My dog came over. She grumbled. She's baiting Pitfork. Oh, bait. It's my favorite stinking character. Is the marble metamorphosis still your favorite? Ooh, rage. That was a deeply meaningful piece for me. Thanks for asking. They're all kind of my favorite. You know, it's hard. It's really hard to choose. But the marble metamorphosis still stands as a deep accomplishment for myself. You know, I'm very proud of that piece. You know, and I'm excited to head down that creative avenue again. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely a direction I really intend to do again. Maybe not with marble, but at least with steel. Recreating human form, trying to insinuate a deep sense of feeling, of importance. It's hard to do. It's a good challenge. Like we already said, challenge is really good. Yeah, she still stands as a very important accomplishment for me. Absolutely, Rage. It's funny. Each sculpture or each piece of work usually coincides with like a playlist, if you will, or like a certain song that'll bring me back. It's almost like getting back into character. I feel like no matter what we're building, we always kind of wear a different hat, a different mask, whatever you want to call it. You know, and like music really helps me get me there where my head needs to be. You know what I mean? And for her, it was a lot of like Massive Attack, Portishead, London Grammar. You know, a lot of those just like iconic female voices. You know what I mean? Helped a lot to really get me there. The Ginkgo Gate, since I'm trying to capture a whole lot of whimsy, the ginkgo gate is a lot of like D&D exploration kind of soundtracks. Pillars of Eternity style stuff. You know what I mean? A little bit of Skyrim, a little Jeremy Soule. And for the Valhalla doors, a whole lot of like Heilung and Rune and Blind Guardian and stuff like that. A lot of power metal and a little more aggressive. Songs definitely unlock memories for your life. Oh, totally, totally. So now whenever I hear certain songs, it's like it kind of whisks you away a little bit. Ignore your comment. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I didn't understand it. I'm sorry. I don't speak Russian. I wish I did. How cool would a superpower would that be? Is just to be able to have the Rosetta Stone where you could just like understand all spoken language. But yeah, if you repeat it in English, I would love to get to it. Didn't mean to ignore you. Just couldn't understand. What am I making? Oh, I'm making a base for a sculpture that I'll be presenting that will be about in that like 25 to 30 foot scale. So this like 1 foot stainless steel forging would, which is a logo, would be in this roundabout, and I'm building the base so that the client could like have a demonstration of what it'll look like driving around this thing, and then all these nexus points of this geometry is where lighting will go. Oh, here we go. To be honest, I don't understand a word they said, but I like what you do. I find it sticky. Sticky. Heck yeah. I'll take that. That's a great compliment. I got sticky work. Like the Sticky Bandits. I mean, it's Christmas time, so it's time to start watching all the Home Alones. The Sticky Bandits. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Rock on. That's awesome. Thank you. Like when it comes to presenting huge bodies of work that'll take probably a year to build, it's kind of nice to put a little bit of intention into even just the model, right? Add a little bit of spice, to help them understand that you're meaning business. Are you familiar with the band? Oh, absolutely. I'm not even gonna try to say it because it's I believe it's Swedish, isn't it? But yeah, I love it. I remember listening to them back in the day. You have the hurdy-gurdy player, Yeah, and they have like a kind of a bagpipe situation and like the fiddle sort. Like it's good stuff. Man, these grains are funky. You almost have to be like, you have to like imagine what each grain is going to do and how it's going to react to the heat. Because once you get to the pulp of the wood, it just goes fast. And then you hit certain grains on each one of these pieces of wood. There's several pieces in this thing. Got to anticipate. Oh yeah, the birds chirping. It's very peaceful. Hope the wind isn't bothering you guys too much. There it is. Yeah, rage, 100%. Doesn't look like a Swedish word, but it doesn't mean it isn't. Yeah, I don't remember where they're from. But yeah, if I'm able to offer you guys a moment of solace in this crazy time for the holidays and all that stuff, I couldn't be happier. Got the birds chirping. We're working with our hands today. Nice lines, looking good. Thank you, Jacob. I'm trying not to like be too attached, right? We're just kind of getting there. Just had an idea. Rather than drilling these holes out where all these nexus points are, I can get a piece of steel hot in the forge and then just press them in to the same diameter of these funny little lights. And I could probably even take, because I don't need them to be waterproof, I could take that little O-ring off so that they're even more narrow. Because I think we're looking at like 3/8. I can just, and it would have that lovely little like halo of that burned wood. I think it'll look great. Smells good too. And then I'm gonna stain it with kind of a lovely gray and then seal it. Be nice. I'll be able to kind of carve some information around this perimeter here. I'm going sledding. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. If you don't think I wouldn't tear down a hill on a saucer or a sled right now, you're dead wrong. Probably the biggest kid you ever met. I would love that. I'm definitely a hold my beer sort of a guy. Like if there's something just totally hairball that people are wanting to see, like waiting to see someone to do it first before everyone else tries it, I'm your guy. I got quite a few concussions that I'm quite proud of from just doing dumb stuff. They're experiments. Experiments into physics and all that good stuff. Gecko, Christmas is coming soon and there are no snowflakes outside. It's like autumn instead of winter. I'll be darned. I'll be darned. Yeah, it hasn't been very stormy here as well. For here it feels like it's like August or September or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Well, and Gecko, to that point, um, being an uncle is a blast. You know, skis. Grace, you know me too well. 100%. Like, if I don't hit Mach 4 by the end of this hill, I messed up. And I did all my nieces and nephews dirty because they didn't get to see me go back in time down that damn hill. You know? Do you guys ever watch Christmas Vacation where he puts the non-stick stuff on the bottom of the saucer and then turns into a fireball? 100%. Love that stuff. Because it's fun. Super fun. We got a lot of lines to go. This is going to take me freaking ever. Oh, God, we got a knot. I'm going to be hanging out on this one for a while. I think you'd love the new Christmas movie, The Red One. That's on my watch list. Casey and I, we've been getting ultra cozy because we've been sick. Well, and, so family events have been kind of gone to the wayside, unfortunately. So we've just been catching up on all the movies. So if there's some good old slapstick Christmas fun in there, I'm down. I'm excited for that. Oh, we got one more. Okay. But yeah, that we might have to watch that tonight then. How fun is that? Sorry for the focus. I'm locked in. Yeah, I think I want to burn these in. That would be rad. I like it. When I go back inside, Casey's gonna be like, "Did you just like get done fighting wildfires or something? You stink like smoke." The hell was that? Did you guys see that too, or there's the smoke getting to me? What the heck was it? Did you see that? Cheers. Hey, thank you. Let me grab my little cup of cheer over here. Guys, that was cool. Cheers. Thank you. No idea what the hell that was, but I sure enjoyed it. She sees what you're doing. Yeah, it's true. She's here. She's always got an eye on me. Someone's got to. Oh, okay. Let's just continue. So I'm gonna do like some of this action. You know what I mean? I'm always watching. Hey, hey, baby. And get us a little tightened down, because thermodynamics and all of that in threads. I got a fun question for Casey. I've settled down a little bit from my crazier days, but she's seen me do some pretty hairball stuff, especially in front of my my nieces and nephews. I'll tell you one story. How about that? And then I'll let you guys go. You guys have been, I've been going forever. I'm so sorry that I've been keeping you guys away from probably your families for this long. Anyways, so there I was. It was 4th of July. And I like to go a little crazy on 4th of July because it's fun. You get to be a little dangerous and people get together and there's barbecuing and all that good stuff. Anyways. And we had a fluke storm. It was, no, maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it had to have been. I don't know. We had a fluke storm and there was fireworks. Or maybe it might have been New Year's. So we're coming on to an anniversary of it. because I knew there was fireworks involved, and usually this is a 4th of July thing. Well, it was super slippery and rainy, right? It just got done raining, so we felt good about lighting off some fireworks. And you know those fountain ones that pop, and there's like sparks everywhere, and there's usually like different stages for it. You know, and all of the nieces and nephews are all like watching this thing like, holy crap. Well, as you know, as a proper uncle, you got to jump through the sparks. It's my job, right? So I'm over there doing like Supermans and all this stuff, jumping through the sparks, and they're laughing their butt off. And I did one of the most embarrassing things in front of my nieces and nephews ever, is I slipped and I fell. And I didn't do just like a normal little slip and fall. I did like a flying squirrel belly flop on top of the fountain of sparks, burning red hot, like right in the nether regions. So I'm over there like rolling around, damn near on fire, and they're having the time of their life. I don't think I've shout out, Ella, of course. Of course you'll get a shout out. But I did like a flying squirrel. I slipped in the mud, splattered on top of this burning white hot ball of fire, rolling around, smokes everywhere. They're laughing their ass off. My brother's shaking his head. Oh my God, it was hysterical. But I don't think my nieces and nephews have laughed or will ever laugh as hard as they did in that moment. So it was maybe a little gift for them. I don't know. I just came across your video. What are you making? Oh, Mary, well, yeah, I'm doing a little base for a giant stainless steel or probably core 10 steel sculpture that will lift about 30 some odd feet into the air. You know, this is only about a foot tall, but this would be a sculpture of a logo of a company. And I'm currently building this base out. So yeah, just, working on this right now, burning the nexus of lighting that will be in that piece. Thanks for asking. Jumping through fireworks sounds like a good way to risk getting hurt. It sounds like you could get hurt. I was perfectly fine. Nether regions are A-okay. Don't you worry about a darn thing. It was a blast, though. How about this? It was definitely memorable. And I think that's what it's all about, creating good memories for these kids. I feel like one day I'll be on I'll be in a hospital bed at some point, long in the future. And they'll be gathered around or maybe like my last days, and they'll bring up, Max, do you remember that moment when, no, they'll probably have their families by then. Do you remember that moment where you slipped and fell into the firework? Like, yeah, I do. I look forward to those days, when they get older and we start talking about, days that they've had. And I look forward to the life they'll lead, But you guys got a life to lead, and you guys got to get out of here. All right? I'm gonna let you guys go hang out with your families if you're all around family right now. Get back to it. Get back to the holidays, Christmas, and Yule. But never forget I love you guys, all right? Don't forget to love each other, okay? Do something kind for someone out there. Good luck on the holidays. Good luck with family, if you know what I mean. But I hope you're all having a great one, Have a great week. Take it easy. I love you guys too. Oh, strike true, everyone. All right. Goodbye. Stay warm. Cheers.